Let's say the guy you're seeing, the guy you're talking to, the guy you're into lacks intimacy. What to do? So the topic is the guy you're into, the guy you're seeing, the guy you're dating lacks intimacy. Why? What to do? Well, there are a number of reasons. And it has to start with, again, knowing who he is for who he is, not how he makes you feel. Learning how the relationship developed. Because I always say, before we go into the attachment styles that he could be showing you who he is, intimacy is a very vulnerable place for a lot of people, not just men, for anyone. And you have to understand, being intimate doesn't necessarily mean exclusivity. Being romantic doesn't necessarily mean exclusive. Being connected doesn't necessarily mean being exclusive. So if you notice someone's lacking intimacy, but the relationship that you're into, the relationship that with the guy that you like is going forward in a way, but he just kind of hesitant, fearful, doubtful of being intimate, even though you do see commitment coming, it could be because he has an avoidant attachment style. He has difficulty trusting others and opening up. Not that he doesn't want to with you. I'm sure he probably feels the closest with you and wants to try that with you. But again, that might be stemming from either a past relationship where he wasn't avoidant, he was very involved and got hurt and heartbroken and cheated on, so he became avoidant. That's one option. Or a childhood. He didn't have that emotional availability, that connection he had with his parents, his mom, his dad. He had that void where he constantly had to stay avoidant to being close or intimate or reliant on anyone because difficulty trusting others. There are a number of factors in why someone might lack intimacy. But I'm talking about the guy who you see good in, the guy that you see something good in, compared to just like some random guy or first couple of dates or some early stages of talking. The guy you're wondering, there's something that I see in him that I believe and I love, that I want to understand more about him compared to judging him or labeling him. So if you're in this position, he might be showing you signs of avoidant attachment. And again, I always say this, and I've said in my other videos before this, about everyone has some form of anxious or avoidant attachment. Everyone's got something. Depends on how extreme they are, depends on your self-awareness and your commitment to get better at it. The commitment to develop secure attachment. But one thing I do know, avoidant and anxious attachment both have and both occur because of low self-esteem and insecurity, all based on fear. It's not fair, it's not right, it's understandable. Most of the time it stems from childhood, if not maybe past relationship. But we're at a point in our lives, how do we secure that attachment? How do I know, coach, he's a great guy, he's great with my kids, but he just lacks that intimacy because he has a difficulty trusting others, even though he says he trusts